again. This is Doc Rotten from Horror News Radio and Gruesome Magazine. Joining me tonight is the one and only J.J. Fitt. He is here to talk to us about the movie The Domicile, which is from writer-director Jared Cohn. It stars Stephen Richard Harris, Demetrius Stear, Katherine Flannery, and Sara Lane. JJ, how you doing?
I am doing well on this rainy day here in Pennsylvania.
Rainy days. We like those, right? No. Yeah. Tell us about The Domicile.
The Domicile is basically a haunted house film that starts with some sort of apparition that appears, and his wife winds up getting killed and haunting him, and that's basically the premise behind the movie.
So is the original ghost the haunter or the hauntee or whatever, however you would say that, or is it the wife that does the haunting?
So that's the thing that makes this film kind of hard to follow. So this apparition appears and pushes his wife down the stairs, which in turn makes her a ghost, and then she does the haunting the rest of the film, and they never really explain what or who that apparition is.
So outside of the ghost, how does The Domicile hold up?
I think it doesn't really know what it wants to do, because in the film we have Amanda Ruth Ritchie. She's playing Samantha, who is Katherine Flannery, sister, and she plays like she has some sort of psychological issue, and she's the only one that could see this apparition originally, and she keeps kind of like. She plays like the psychotic person that you'll see in like your run-of-the-mill horror movies. That's, doom and gloom, and this person's coming to kill you, and kind of rips off her clothes for no apparent reason other than just probably to get that R rating. And it really doesn't have that apparition in much after that, after the wife becomes the haunting, so to speak.
Some of the graphics that I see online, show a pretty scary looking visage. I guess it's the wife that's the ghost. It's also on the poster. Does that have some creepy atmosphere to it?
So it does, but they kind of overdid it. You know how like in the new Annabelle movie that just came out, they did a lot of shadow play, but they didn't overdo it. They just did it perfectly, basically. Well, they did the shadow play in this movie, but they seem to do it in every other scene, and it kind of overdid it. The wife's makeup, I thought, was very good, and that kind of added to the aesthetic of the creepiness of the film. So that's the one good thing I could take from this film.
The one good thing. Well, that's pretty ominous. Well, let's dive into your score, 1 through 5, and your favorite scene.
Unfortunately, it's only going to get a 1.25 from me.
1.25, and there's got to be something good about it that you liked. What was that?
My favorite scene was probably when the apparition first showed up and pushed the wife down the stairs, and he kind of came to the aid of his wife, not knowing what or how it happened, and that was probably the most well acted part of the film. So that's kind of why it stands out to me. The rest is kind of a hodgepodge of things. You find out his wife's haunting him because he cheated on her at some point in their relationship, and that kind of gets put in the whole mishmash of things. But the acting at the loss of his wife, I thought, was probably the most decent part of the film that kind of stood out to me, other than the makeup of the ghost itself.
So it sounds like it starts off strong and goes downhill from there.
Yeah, it had some promise at the beginning, and then it quickly took a 90-degree turn.
Oh, no. All right, well, JJ, thank you very much for your review of The Domicile.
Thanks for having me.
Be sure to visit GruesomeMagazine.com to listen to the other Gruesome podcasts, Hard News Radio, and Decades of Horror. Also, check out the Gruesome Magazine Quarterly, available in digital and print-on-demand format. Gruesome Magazine.